Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter. Make sure you maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holding. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Are you pulling my leg? Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holding. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirtside, the original, I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandon out. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. Relative to the board, they aren't rich. All right. He's friendly enough, not that he would, being a board member. Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're...
Udom takes it too and... Be seeing you.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made with... Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You? Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board. Now, I only have the 1 nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out. Do you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bit. If you should find it, the more we got the corps fighting each other. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with June Lake. You'll find her fretting in engineering. Want a charming copper kettle off.
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of... I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher's scholar. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear?
Go back to Byzantium, you...
I'm just gonna hang in the back and...
Ah, yes. Has something happened to my... I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we... Right. You're going important place. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all... That's... Well, that's... Oh, It's personal business, I'm afraid. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would... It's fine, really. Now, if you've... Be... A luxury stateroom. Oh, good law, of course not. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that?
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no.
Best to be clear, I believe.
Thought there'd be more
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into... Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problem. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though not... Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if...
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into... Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone... Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants. Good. Once you've obtained the parts...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our... Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty... I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the part.
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. It would cut them off.
Good name before I wake it up.
What are you thinking? He hasn't got a heart? Not like that. Today's my birthday.
Oh, yeah? Fuck your birthday.
Junlei's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
People don't like worms in their shrooms.
Aw, they're just tilling the soil. Besides, they're my friends.
Find a new friend. This my backside still smarts. Does everyone get branded when the reds come?
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
you've returned. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the... There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. More than a few. Less than... We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Something you need? That's on account of how I don't shoot. It's...
The controls are on the back of the machine.
Incoming!
Everyone all right?
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused to the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Nice hit!
System.
We got trouble!
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and fight the problem. If you don't know what that means, go close again. I can drop it.
Don't mess with us.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you things.
question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity.
Regularly scheduled
Oh,
advertisement.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. Frustrating. Everything down. Plus, there's no time to train my... Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. I was promoted only recently.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a...
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth... You see any bite? The next captain won't have my heritage. I hope that was a...
I'm not going. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't do that, Dr. Fenhill.
Can't say I've seen you before. If you're here to better your... Did he now? He must be referring... I'm beginning to wonder if I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla. An asteroid in... You look out, though. A place is...
after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little... Alright, okay, we can just... Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering...
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize... 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the... If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
How do you do? Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal and... That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms? You might be surprised. But we'll proceed on the assumption. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my...
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that... Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain. Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
CNP Borston baked beans.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages. My dad taught me some French, you know? Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping. You the one flying the Sure you are. Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. A little advice, before you start telling lies. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize... I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings.
There is always a catch.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's... Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. So... Your words, not mine. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep the... Sublight occupies a legal... Be seeing you.
been a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicar? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicar. Don't worry. The captain and I'll take care of you.
I need neither your advice nor your pity, young lady.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. Yes, dear. Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from, and ferret out some tasty... Shouldn't be too tough for... What do you want? That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. Though for how long, I can't say. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. Go right ahead. Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch, just because that's what... I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony. Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, but old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. I also...
What about non-famous players? I earned quite a reputation as a fifth back during my penitentiary...
You do have a favorable mop, I must say. But that's not what you wanted to do. Anytime.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real... grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
Easy does it. Watch out, there's some puddles of... Actually, it's best not to contemplate that. Seems like a fine way to die, but... All right, let's check it out.
Were you really in jail, Mr. Max? And you were our vicar?
Yes, but as I've repeatedly said, I was assigned there as a vicar. I was not a prisoner.
I just can't believe you'd lie.
I was not lying. It had no bearing on my ability to minister to my flock, and was therefore not worth mentioning. you, stranger. You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an Thanks again. What usually happens on this partially pressurized... Well, actually 2 things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed when I came to clean... Time stood still. I was aware of no... Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have... You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered... Fine. Here's every bit I've got. That enough for you? Or do you want my shit-covered clothes? I will. I will preserve my dignity. No one... The scholar shipped in and out with.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever...
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little... I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by. Just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I... Wow. Thanks, Bob. I'll just get...
You got a crew now, Felix.
Oh, your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
Hey, Captain. So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. She sent me a poem. One she wrote... I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't... It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage. Let's see here. Talking about old friends. They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? Thanks, Captain.
Please avoid damaging yourself or others.
Nice going.
Warning, intruders will be... Oh, it's you.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same... I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much... I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in
Destination reached. Scylla.
Scylla. No laws, no lines, and a whole lot of guns. I love this place.
Looks like they started terraforming the place, but gave up halfway.
Here we go.
Why is it we find fights every place we go?
to shoot me down if you wanted an autograph.
Shut up now, and you might get out of this alive.
We did it!
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you...
Why does that sound familiar?
It's Ellie. Excellent timing. Hello, Ellie. What a pleasure it is to see...
It's Dr. Fenhill. I certainly know his ex-crew. Mostly from the operating table. I've probably seen more of them than he has.
How cruel you are. I distinctly remember a special party at the Lost Hope Bar on Groundbreaker where we...
We did not.
Oh, fine. But we...
Keep going, and you're gonna see how good this automech is at picking up tea.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate. Dilated pupils.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she? I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass and out. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my... Magnificent. And do please give Wanda my chilliest regards. And farewell to you, dear Dr. Fenhill. I trust I'll...
You'd better hope not.
Warning, intruders will be... Oh, it's you. Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
Well, well, Dr. Fenhill. I make it a point not to get shot, and when I do, I can usually take care of the mess myself. It'd be nice to have you in here, patching people up, not just... I respect what you're doing here, but you know I'm not ready to settle down. Have it your way, then. Now, about your friend here. Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing. Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's. Best of luck.
Captain, an unusual wavelength is coming through Monarch's aether wave frequencies.
The eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe that your place in society, indeed in the universe, is preordained. A man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs in mercury dust for not but a few bits a night. This fate is set in stone? When he dies young, coughing up black blood, his part in the grand plan? No, I say. Greatness is in everyone. Not just those so fortunate as to have been born into prosperity.
That was unexpected and odd. Analyzing the subtextual ordering. I believe it was a type of sermon, Captain. How can I... Yes, Captain. Beginning playback?
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Certainly, Captain. What would you like to... As you wish. Take care.
You found him the hard way, Captain? There's an awful lot of rustling and growling. Here we go! Keeping you!
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain... We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
No security. Not that I'm complaining.
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts. Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. Forget I said anything. Wish they tasted like Sissy Pig. Some say chicken. I say the north end of anything. Distress call from here? Got me. I just do what I'm told. Oh, before I forget, Auntie Cleo's makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. That.
Outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish. Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supplies and leave our corpses to... Oh, well, good luck. Have you got the carbon in here? Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He can point you in the right direction. Have you got the... What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device, or trying to anyway. Certainly not, but Porter and his goons are busy with the outlaws, and Anton's busy holding his head in his hands. Seems as good a time... No, well, yes, well, no, perhaps. I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better where they were. Say, you wouldn't happen... Blast. Well, good luck.
You picked a hell of a day to visit. I'm Vaughn Cortez. Over in the main labs. I rabbited back here when I realized I was hearing gunshots, not blown fuses. We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hour? Dr. Crane might say otherwise. Me? When those guys started shooting the place up, I had to leave an experiment running at the lab. Something I've been working on a long while. I've been extracting organic compounds from raptidons. Compounds that have,
Extracting how? No, wait, maybe I don't want to know.
in certain social situations. Personal situations.
Oh, he's making enraptured, Captain. An aphrodisiac. Wrapped musk is the main ingredient.
What? No? I mean, yes, I'm getting the musk. Sure. Of course. Our lab's south of here, down the road. Not the old public lab, the one past that, built into the mountainside. My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself, dissection tables and whatnot. It should have been running this whole time. Just grab the results and bring...
If you've come to end my life, let's be honest. Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told. I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the work I'm doing here. Suffice it to say that its importance to me, to the colony, is immeasurable. My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, having your head used, I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. I hope...
Captain's got your best interests at heart, mister. Honest.
I suppose it can't hurt if I don't get that We were tasked with formulating a new and improved... One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an... Not just any diet toothpaste, the... Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well, with only a few changes. Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious value of Auntie Cleo's Appazap diet toothpaste... Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's... Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well... Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our... The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of... The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original... by the Grand Architect. James... My protege. I sent him to retrieve some metabolic precursors, and I forgot him. That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of... Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name, as it were. And far too much paperwork. I'll thank you not to mistake my ambition for callousness. If my colleagues refuse to take their lives seriously, why should I? All they do is complain. They refuse to see the opportunity afforded us here. Believe what you will, but I'm not the manipulative, ego-driven person you think me to be. I'm not.
Delays in loading due to commerce obstruction will be deducted from all staff pay.
that so fast? This is how you hide something valuable in plain sight.
Unexpected.
Everyone all right?
Security.
Got the drop on us.
Fire first adjacent.
Hit it with something else. Here we go. That's the last of them. Incoming! Get on! Nice one! Everyone all right? Isn't this pretty, Captain? We didn't have many trees in Edgewater. Seems a shame to cut them down. Here we go!
Thank you, please!
Okay, now we go! You got it! Look it through! That's the last of him.
You don't shoot, I won't shoot. Deal?
Keep them hands where I can see them. What are you doing? I'm doing what I'm paid for, and not a bit. Name's Lillian. Lady named Cass hired my crew as gun hands. I got left here to watch for Cleo reinforcements. They all got pinned inside, so I can't... Don't mind the asking, but I ain't telling. You want details? Go talk at Miss High and Mighty What's-Her-Name. I got a radio, yeah. If I see any corporate ships incoming, I shout her a warning. I'm sweaty. I got clawed by one of them monsters. I've been in the dirt all day and... Thanks, brother. I've had better. Lost some things in a dust-up. But... some of them were okay. You don't get too close in this work. I was near the Raptidon pen when they got loose. Had to set a few to rights. When I got to checking if all my... When I turned about, I seen 2 fine gun hands being snacked on by lizards. No cigarette cases worth my life. This was a Spacer's Choice commemorative case. Some promo for Founding Day they did back in, If she can't hang on to it, maybe it'd be better off in someone else's hands. I'd be obliged. Just don't lose any parts trying.
We're just gonna walk in? I mean, it's a secret right on it.
The real covert labs don't gotta advertise it.
Who the... You. Yeah, you. You care to explain what you're doing here? That I am. Name's Porter. If Doc Crane... Bad news is, we haven't been able to clean these outlaws out of the lab. For now. I reckon they got no backup. On the other hand, we don't neither. And our mechanicals all went haywire for some damn mechanicals have always been more trouble than their work. The garage and the front door are it. These bastards got in through the vent system, but we locked that down. They're not getting back out that way without a security keycard. They'd need to take mine. Or make a new one. Why you want to know? What for? Fair point. Here's a keycard to my office. Head left from here and downstairs. It's across from the cafeteria. I got a machine that makes pass cards for us. Just don't knock over any paperwork in there. I got a system. Who, me? I'm in charge of site safety engineering. Most days that means making sure folks don't... Most days there ain't nothing to hear but wind, bugs, and the buildings falling slowly to pieces. Well, it's not like the rain's coming in the roof. Not yet, anyway. Soap or something? I don't know. Years back, they made antibiotics. You could maybe ask Doc... Oh, the pay ain't much, but it's never been about the bit.
You've got nice views and more sprats than people. What's not to like?
Halt.
Everyone all right? Here we go! I'm gonna guess that all the nothing in that safe isn't what we were expected to find.
Hey! You! Over here! Oh, good. You're not shooting at me. It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point.
Yes, I have Crane's research. No, I'm not giving it back. Sorry to disappoint you. I suppose it does not matter. Either Crane sent you, or you are some scavenger come to... Let's make a deal. I'd like to go on living. You'd probably like to make some money. Help me get out of here, and I will... You mean other than the satisfaction of doing me a good turn? I am good for my word. You will be equitably rewarded, on my honor. But the first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. Then I'd need you to clear me a path out of here. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door, but Clio security's bottled up in there. If you don't want to shoot, the other way out is through the loading bay. But you'd have to clear out the wraps for me. Then I could just slip out. So you lied about not knowing Crane. I suppose I do not... We liberated that research. We did not steal it. And yes, this lab is a prison, not a place of work. Those men were not scientists. They were indentured laborers. We liberated them. They should be thanking us. All wars have casualties. I regret taking a life, but we were doing them a mercy. Better to die than live in a state of slavery. We are all of us trapped. You, me, the scientist. Yes, we raided the lab, shot some guards. Killed a few scientists in the crossfire. All wars have casualties. I regret taking a life, but we were doing them a mercy. You might be the first stroke of luck I've had all day. Thank you. I'm in your debt. Nothing beyond the purview of a talented freelancer like you. You really expect me to just let them pass? Why? So they can regroup behind their walls and mount another assault? Never mind. I'm obviously in no position to... A raptidon is an apex predator. Oh, for goodness sake. They are just animals. Aggressive, territorial. I do remember one of those feckless scientists yammering... How should I know? I left his body where I shot him. Take your time.
Look at how big she is! Wow. We're not going in there, are we?
black turncoat? We saw everything. You must think me a fool. I was watching on this... I reckon we got nothing to say to each other. You got one... You convinced her to let us leave in peace. I gotta believe that all we done will mean something to the company. I trust that we all end up where we're supposed to be. That all the variables... I reckon I don't see any better...
I would ask what was on your... Assuming I may... We were at... No one asks why anymore. The establishment tells... I am doing this because I can. From the day we are born, we are made to obey. Corporations expect... Finally. I've never been so pleased at the sight of an open door. Please tell me you've cleared a way out of here. So you have. I am much obliged. And now, if you do not mind, I have had quite enough of this wretched place. Oh, really? And why, pray tell, would I do a thing like that? Your point is well taken. I would rather not spend the rest of my days looking over my shoulder for the shadow of my headhunter. Here, take the damned research. Tell Crane I hope he chokes on it. Good. I never trust a freelancer who works for free. Orphans. Is that what you are calling yourself now?
Seriously, don't get yourself killed. It's a nice... What about it? An outdoor raptidon pen yonder, past the main entrance. Law only knows why they're breeding the damn things.
Made for the 50th anniversary of the Hope. Remember that.
Huh? Heard something.
Seriously, don't get yourself killed.
You're shitting.
You ain't so bad. Here's something for the trouble.
Oh. Ah, yes. Very good. What a relief. You hold months of... Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. Would have... Sadly true. Contraband does tend to fetch a high price. So be it. I'll buy... Much obliged. Here are your bids. Now, let's see here. Attach this, twist that, apply a little pressure, and voila! I can finally call this little side project... Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses.
Did secure Annie Cleo?